And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment. With me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for the brand new Warner Brothers film, Warner Brothers, a legendary film, Detective Pikachu, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, whatever you want to call it. Now, this is based off the popular video game, and of course, cartoons as well, Pokemon. I grew up with Pokemon. I did. Gotta be honest with you. I love Pokemon Red, love Pokemon Blue, and Yellow. I even like the original cartoon. Who doesn't? I did all those shows, even X, Y, and Z. Sun and Moon, I still haven't like fully watched, so I have to catch up to those. But and also some of the other games I don't really play. But this one's based off the, I believe, the Nintendo 64, if I remember correctly, Detective Pikachu, where Pikachu is a detective, and he's got to solve a mystery where like his trainer disappears and he doesn't know what happened to him, and he loses memory as well. And that's what the story of this movie is. And he meets his partner's son, and they go on the adventure to try to find out what happened to his father. And that's pretty much the gist of the story. So how's this movie? It's good. It's good. You know, I was really surprised of how good this movie was. You know, I'm not gonna say this movie is a masterpiece. You know, it's only the first time for them trying to do a Pokemon movie. It's like riding a bike. You don't get it in your first turn, your first try, obviously. Especially if you're using training wheels or you're not using training wheels. Depends on how you look at it. You know, there are problems in this movie that I do not like. But you know, they're not as much as what I loved about this movie. First of all, the world of Pokemon, yes, it all worked. There were a couple of things I wish they actually did with the, you know, what from the original cartoons and movies, you know, animated stuff did. And this is not a spoiler for the movie because this does not happen. I kind of wish Nurse Joy was in this movie or an Officer Jenny. We didn't get any of that, but I would have been like, oh, that would have been cool to see them in this movie. I wouldn't know how they would do that too. Maybe they get one actor to play a whole bunch of versions of them because that's how it is in Pokemon. We didn't get any of that. No, obviously no Ash, no reference to him at all. But who knows? Maybe in the future we'll eventually get a movie with just Ash. Who knows? So, how did Pikachu do? Well, Ryan Reynolds, I think he did a really good job with his character. You don't really pay mind to him being, oh look, it's Deadpool's voice, but you just like, it's Pikachu. And he actually gave him a character development. His character development is great. You know, him trying to figure out who the heck he is. He doesn't remember anything to the point where he can't even use his powers. That was pretty funny as well. What else? The young girl in the movie, who's supposedly the main girl who hangs out with the Psyduck. She was cool. In the beginning, I thought her character was a little bit too much. Only because she kind of came out strong and it felt really weird and awkward. The way she was talking, I felt like she was going to be like a cartoon character. I was like, oh boy, don't do that. But then she calmed down. She ended up being pretty cool. The main guy, Justin Smith, I believe his name is Smith. I butchered his name. I apologize. Yeah, I didn't like his character at all. I thought his character was just bland, like really bland, because they didn't really give us a backstory to him as much. Now, normally you don't need a backstory, but for characters like this, you kind of do. Because otherwise, how are you supposed to care about this character if you don't know who the hell he is and where he came from? He's there, and then he meets Pikachu, and they go off the adventure. But, you know, and then there are moments where you're like, okay, who is he? You know, where did he come from? Why is he so important in this movie? You don't get any of that. You get a couple of flashback moments about him having a relationship with his father and all that, and then how it kind of drifted apart. But other than that, that's it. You don't get anything else. There's a big plot hole in this movie. I don't know if I should say it. I'll spoil it just for this. So if you don't want to hear this, might as well go off. In the movie, it talks about him hating Pokemon. He doesn't want a Pokemon. He doesn't want to be a Pokemon trainer. Like, he was supposed to go off years ago to do that. He never did that. They never explained why he hates Pokemon. They never explained it. He never had a fear of them. He never, you know, even when he had moments with, you know, negative moments with his parents, you know, you figured that would have made him motivated to be with Pokemon more as a family figure for him. Nothing. Nothing. Just, yeah, I don't like Pokemon. That's it. I'm like, okay. And then yeah, it's cool that he hangs out with Pikachu, and then you get to see the, their team moments together, and that's cool. But his character was so bland. It was just like, it was alright. The CG in this movie, it worked very well. I like that a lot. Obviously in the trailers, Mewtwo is in this movie. He was fine. I liked the way he looked. Him part of the story, I thought it was okay. It could have been better. And, the villains were just, villains. What can you do? They're just there to be there. But the world of Pokemon was fun, I hope they make more of these movies. Maybe not this story, but maybe with the stories of Ash, Misty, Brock, maybe Team Rocket. That'd be kind of cool to see Meowth talk. That would be cool. And who knows? The world of Pokemon is so huge they could do anything. Even if this movie fails at the box office and doesn't make money at all, I think they'll go in that direction with Ash and all those guys. And maybe try it again with that. Because, if they fall off once, they can get back on the bike and try again. Hopefully that works. But we have to wait and see what happens. And also, maybe if this actually does work, maybe it'll give me hope that we'll get a Yu-Gi-Oh movie right away. Who doesn't want a Yu-Gi-Oh movie? We all know, if you watch Pokemon, you also definitely watch Yu-Gi-Oh too. So don't pretend you haven't. So yeah, I say Pokemon's fun to watch. If you are a huge hardcore Pokemon fan, you'll like this movie. There are a lot of Pokemon you probably remember from your childhood and Pokemon that you just knowing about now from the new games. But if you're a fan who grew up with the original stuff, you might remember some of them here, and then the rest you probably like, wait, who's that? The rest of it will be like, wait, what? Why? If you never even played this game, you're not gonna know the ending to this movie right away, because it's gonna be really hard to remember. But for me, I figured out in 10 minutes into the movie, because I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It was so obvious too, because once you watch it, you're like, oh, they're gonna go there. That makes sense. And then when you watch the ending of it, it's like, yeah, I was right. There you go. It's such an easy plot hole. But hey, at least they tried and they gave us a Pokemon movie. So we can't blame Warner Bros. For not trying to make a Pokemon movie. Now we can have them fix DC, and we should be fun. They got 2, but hopefully moving forward they can make more with other things. But that's another video for another day. But yeah, I think Pokemon was fun. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.